folks, what's going on? Coach Gav here from Kildare Strength and Fitness with a late night edition of Coach Gav Live episode 9. Alrighty, so as the question says in the text box, what is the best way to eat an elephant? And very simply, it is one bite at a time, okay? And you might go, fuck's sake, Gav, Jesus, think about it though, just one bite at a time, you will eventually eat as much of the elephant as is humanly edible, okay? And the same goes for your goals, okay? You know, let's say like even paying back a loan, okay? So I have a 5-figure loan, let's say 20,000 euro, okay? Give or take, right? I'm paying that back in installments of, let's say, 20 quid a week, okay? So looking at it installment by installment, not really going to reshape the world. However, when all those installments add up, you start seeing, okay, we're making an indent here, we're making progress. So I'm eating that elephant one bite at a time. Same if you're trying to lose weight, be it 6 pounds, 60 pounds, or anywhere in between, okay? 1 pound at a time, 1/2 pound at a time. If we actually looked at the effort it requires, the effort and consistency that is required to drop and keep off a pound each week, we'd be like, you know what? I'm very happy with 1/2 to a pound off each week, and I'm not going to burn the fucking building down. Because it does mean, you know, tidying up your nutrition, where we're at least 70% smart, logical choices, meat-based, or as much non-processed food as possible. You know, plenty of variety in your foods, meats, veggies, all those things as well. Plenty of water. Sticking to our targets then as well. It is possible to get too much of a good thing. If you if your goal target, like my target's 2,000 calories a day, give or take. So let's say for discussion, it's 2,000 calories a day. If I eat 2,500 calories, but it all comes from veg and meat and water and all these wonderfully good things, you know, that's still an extra 500 calories that my body doesn't need. It's the same if I go and have 2,000 calories and that last 500 comes from, you know, Marks and Spencer's cookies or Tesco cookies or, you know, donuts or things like that. Doesn't matter. Extra calories are extra calories, irregardless of where they come from. If your body doesn't need it, it's going to be like, keep it for later, okay? And the more often that our body does that, keeping it all for later, that's where things get out of whack. Now, we're going to get more into nutrition. I shouldn't really cover my mouth when I'm talking. Going to get more into nutrition in other separate videos than this, okay? But that's the one thing really, is that, you know, look at any goal. And I'm quite fortunate where I let a lot of areas of my life slack over the last few years, because it's given me a platform and an opportunity to go and rebuild and improve, rebuild, redesign and reclaim those areas of my life, and also improve. So again, all these things, you know, I'm never going to talk about something that I've not done, because I think that's really fucking hypocritical. And like, how are you supposed to take me serious if I'm talking about something I've never done or I've never experienced, okay? Because learning from textbook is fine, being theoretically sound is very important, but things like this, I'm sure you've gathered by now that this is about as much of a life experience as it is. The theoretical stuff on getting fit and healthy is everywhere. Like, write this one down, GOOGLE, go to Google, you'll find most of the stuff then as well, okay? So, but it's the experiences in life then as well. So, and unfortunately, nowadays, there's so many scams and fucking con artists in health and fitness. It's just like all like the seedy car salesmen and like the snake oil kind of the snake oil kind of comparison thing from years and years back. Like, there's so many people selling just complete and utter shit, and eventually the bubble bursts and they get found out. But unfortunately, for those of you that buy into those things, by and large, the majority of you are going to get misled and get set back, and that's unfortunate. But I'm going off on a complete fucking tangent here. But anyway, talking about things from experience. I only talk about things that I've gone through experience firsthand, or that I've gone through with my clients here, and that we've worked them through together. So, and with having had that kind of bumpy section of life, because guess what? I'm not the only person that have had a rough patch in life. So that means that we're automatically relatable. We might have to change, a couple of the details here and there to match up the story, but the lessons are going to be the same. Relationship trouble is relationship trouble, by and large, from person to person. And so when I was rebuilding things, I'm still rebuilding my life, and I always will be, probably till the day I die, because I'm rebuilding it coming out of the depths, and now I'm rebuilding it as we progress forward into advancing things and making things better. And you will do the same too. There's elements of your life right here, right now, where you are rebuilding it to advance your life. And there's also areas of your life where you're rebuilding it to get it out of the shit. And years back, when I was working in energy fitness here in the town, I was doing an assessment with a gentleman, and we were talking about goals and everything, and we were saying, well, do you want to do this and do you want to do that? And he just looked at me and goes, I just want my days to be less shit. And I was like, fucking cool, let's get it. Let's just go then. Because for so many of us, and myself included, having our day-to-day life be less shit is a perfectly fucking fine starting point. You don't always have to want to be bikini ready. You don't always have to be getting ready for a special event or a wedding, or it doesn't always have to be, oh, I've got health issues and I have to change my life. Sometimes wanting just to have less shitty days, to be a little happier, to be a little healthier, to be a little less achy in your body, to be a little bit happier in yourself, if that's what gets you going, I'm very confident that if that is your reason for going, that will give you plenty of fuel to keep going. Because we set goals based on two things: the avoidance of pain and the pursuit of pleasure. And avoiding pain is quite a strong goal, because that's something we've experienced, that's something we've lived. So we know what it's like being here. So we know what we're trying to avoid, we're trying to work away from. It's a little harder sometimes when we're trying to work to something we've never had before. So when we're pursuing pleasure, oftentimes it's a case of, I want to get back to this particular level of the... hey folks, just noticed those tuning in there. When we're pursuing pleasure, pursue something that we can remember, that you can anchor onto emotionally. Because then when you anchor onto it, it's what drags you through the shitty days. I want to get back to this version, or I want to get as close to, this version of me. And oftentimes, if we base it on how we feel, it's easier that way, because we don't know what, I'm 30 years of age now. There's no point in me setting goals of, I want to get back to how I was when I was 25. Truth be told, I actually looked like death when I was 25. You saw the picture from Father's Day, I looked like shit. But for a lot of people, or pre-baby bodies, or pre-college bodies, went to college, put on all this weight, or after college, or kind of all these different things, it's a little harder because you might not get to that same spot, but you want to get back to that same feeling. And for so many of us, in our minds, we have what we want to look like. So we have a visual set point, we have a satisfaction or an emotional set point, how we want to feel. We just don't have the numerical value. We don't know if that means I have to lose 1 stone, 2 stone, half stone, 3 stone. I have to put on half stone, put on stone. I know I want to get a bit bigger, but I also want to sort out this body fat issue too. So I don't know what way it's going to unfold, because I also want to get a bit bigger for football season as well too. So you can see where your goals are going to have plenty of layers. And that rather neatly brings you back to my last point. Just because you have a goal with lots of layers and lots of details, you just got to eat that elephant one bite at a time. And that might seem all well and good, going, oh, well, that's great for you, Gav, blah, blah, blah. I still have to go home, do 25 minutes of study. Well, I get to go home, I do 25 minutes study, I have 25 minutes of meditation, I have to get some food into me as well. And that's all, that's my main secret. I have a minimum set of things I have to do every fucking day, and then I have a minimum set of things I have to do every week, and then I have a couple of monthly tasks that I have to do as well. And once I do those things, I know I'm on the right track. And then anything on top of that is a bonus. I trained today, I sent my email today, I've done my live video today, later than normal, but I still did it. And by the looks of it, it seems to be a better time for people tuning in, so maybe we'll see, it might become a regular thing. So, again, on all of these stories, all of these videos, these lessons, these morals, and you might think, sure, what can a 30-year-old teach me? Trust me, I've had an interest in the last 5-10 years of my life, okay? And, like, anything is possible. You just need to put in that work at it. It just takes time. And we live in a society, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, where we're super fucking impatient. Like, crazy fucking impatient. Things take time. And guess what? By being inactive in the pursuit of your goals, things take longer. Yesterday is the best time to have it'd be really handy if I got these catchphrases right before I said them. Anyways, I leave you with this. The past will always be the best time to have started something, or to have fixed something, or to have said something. The present is a close second. Make more use of your nows, so that your yet to comes or your futures are closer to what you want. Sorry, my reflection, the winners, after knocking me off there. Anyways, right folks, that's it. See you tomorrow, episode 10. Take it easy. God bless.